The costing of the SDGs, and this year we have
It's a conversation on the Integrated National Financing Framework, INFF, hosted by Channels Television in partnership with the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, United Nations Development Project, UNDP, and the European Union.
Nigeria committed itself even more intently to a number of the goals, about 8 of them.
Moderated by Channels TV anchor Mrs. Maupe Ogun Yusuf, the conversation centers on the challenges and achievements of the framework, which is designed to close the funding gap for the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs.
So much changed after the COVID pandemic. So for us, it was quite fortuitous timing that we undertook the process while also grappling with the implications of COVID and now with the implications of the war in Ukraine. So the idea is to say, what have we been doing? What has worked? Where are there opportunities for revenue, for tapping into remittances, for attracting foreign direct investments? And how do we ensure that all stakeholders are at the table?
To achieve the SDGs, we need to shift from funding sustainable development to financing sustainable development. That means tapping, the private capital and then bringing it into financing sustainable development.
However, there's concern over the government's expenditure.
Only about $23 to $24 out of 100 is available for capital expenditure. And when you strip down that capital expenditure, what you're going to understand is that the bulk of it is, again, largely financing government. It's fleets of cars, it's all of the paraphernalia of government. What's actually going through to development? And this is infrastructure, it's education, it's healthcare, is less than $6.
Meanwhile, development partners pledge more support to Nigeria.
And this year we have added an additional funding of 1.7 million euros that is implemented through UNDP for the completion and the launch of the INFF strategy.
For UNDP specifically, we'll be focusing mainly on the issue of climate and climate change and how that impacts livelihood, and the EU also is a priority for them. And we'll also be focusing issues around inclusivity, specifically it relates to inequality.
Stakeholders believe for Nigeria to achieve its targets for the Sustainable Development Goals, all hands must be on deck and the government must be deliberate in its policy implementation. Emperor Simon, Channels Television News.